What is up, Star Wars fans? Welcome back to yet another episode of They're Only Legends, TOL, your number one stop for all things related to a galaxy far, far away. My name is Tyler. With me, as always, is my good brother in the Force, Spencer. How we doing on this fine evening, Spencer?
We're here, baby.
We here. We did it again. It's 3 weeks in a row. Provided nothing happens between now and the post going out, pat on the back. We're talking about consistency.
It's hard, man. It's hard, like, living a full life and being like, oh, yeah, my Star Wars show.
Yeah,
like,
bro. That's all I think about all day. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Dude,
but,
so a best friend of the podcast, Mike Kaminsky, hitting me up the other day. He's like, it's so good to hear and see your guys' faces doing the podcast. And I was like, yeah, dude, YouTube episodes, bro. Every week from here on out, we're doing it. He's like, I love it. And he said, stop talking about quitting, because he was only on the first episode. And I was like, God forbid we're like transparent with our audience.
I mean, yeah.
And I was like, it was just like anywhere from a 5 to like 30-minute segment, dude. Calm down. No, but we're
Here's
here.
the thing with our show is like, we are through and through podcasters, right? We've been doing this almost coming up on 6 years.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It'll be 6 years. Well, I mean, 5.5. It's 5.5 years. But like, we're also people, and like that's the thing is, right?
When
every content creator you see, everybody is people, and until their content takes off, they're working day jobs. A lot of the YouTubers I watch do like finance and stuff, but then they get off work and they're like, I'm gonna redo my home desk, like, 'cause I like those types of videos and stuff. Yeah. But like,
you redo your home desk every other day.
We at our core are Star Wars fans. And the reason we started doing this is that we're Star Wars fans, and like our friendship is rooted in that. And it's easy for us to sit down and chop it up about this thing that we love. But we also work full time, and like we have life events that happen. So like there are times, not that I don't get a lot out of doing this show, but there are times where it's just like it's all the work that goes into it. It is a labor of love, and like, why are we going to do something if it's not a labor of love? If it feels like I'm having to force myself with everything else going on around me to sit and create content,
there you go, Mike.
I'm going to seriously contemplate not doing it, right?
Now you have Spencer's side of the argument, Mike.
And it's not out of love, or it's not out of anything. It's just out of life. And like, right now in my life, I'm showing up to TOL, baby.
He ain't a rapper, though.
We're showing up.
He ain't a rapper, though. He's just spitting bars. Listen,
always.
Now, that being said, everybody else listening, we hear. Mike, we're quitting. This is the last time you get to hear us. I'm going to find a way to block your IP address so you can never hear us again, brother. Just kidding. We love you. We love everybody. And we're so happy that you guys can actually see us and hear us as we get to go down the rabbit hole that is this Maul show. And it has been a lot of fun. Last week's episode, off the rails, still very fun. This week's episode, a little more on the rails, I feel like. Probably. We'll see. We haven't got there yet, but we'll figure it out. It was pretty off the rails last week. Not to say I didn't have fun. That was really fun.
It was off the rails.
It was so far. It was so far off the rails, it wasn't even a train anymore.
I mean, to call it a Star Wars podcast would have been generous. But like, we were just chopping it up, and I had a good time, man. We talked about a bunch of stuff.
Really fun.
I definitely consumed some adult beverages and partook.
Nah, dude.
We
would never, dude.
Never.
So, if you haven't watched episodes 5 and 6 of Maul Shadow Lord, go away. Come back when you have. Unless you are waiting till they're all out and listening to the podcast while waiting.
Or if you're into just hearing dudes spoil stuff so you don't have to watch it.
Like the Star Wars Instagram page?
Yo! Man, so the other day I'm chilling, dude. I'm just hanging out, minding my business. And like, I don't get like a lot of notifications. One notification, just because I make content about it, is when Star Wars posts something, I want that to hit my home screen through and through. And for the most part, it's fine. Trailer dropped, this, that, like that kind of stuff's fun. I'm literally sitting there. It's like afternoon on Monday. I'm going to watch the show that evening. Literally, Star Wars posted on Instagram. Lawson and company are on the run from the Empire, and it's just like, what are we doing? Why
Mm-hmm.
why is this on my home screen? Like I purposely stay away from social. You don't expect it from Star Wars. You don't expect the Star Wars account to be like, this stuff's happening this episode. They might as well have said an Inquisitor in there, which is that was tight. But like I was so frustrated, so I screenshot it and I sent it to Tyler. I'm like, what is this like asshole of a spoiler? Like it was just, it was so bad. It was so bad.
I don't remember.
So frustrating,
dude. I don't remember when it was, but there in the history of this show, there is a rant about that exact topic from my point of view of it, because I legitimately multiple weeks in a row, I think it was during Bad Batch, had the Star Wars official page posting stuff with captions and shit spoiling the episode, and it was out like that day, and I was like, wait a minute. Just because it came out at midnight doesn't mean everybody waited until midnight to watch it, brother. You know? And it's like, whatever. I mean, I used to stay up until midnight and watch it.
I mean, in comparison,
I'm not trying to do that anymore.
In America, at least, like I watch it before a lot of other Americans watch it, just being on the East Coast. Like, because I'm done with my day before everybody else. Like when it's 5 o'clock for me, it's 2 o'clock in Oregon.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like
I'm still buffing cars.
Yeah. We've talked about it in previous episodes, but like our recording schedule has been something that like we're navigating, we're figuring it out. It's fine, but the 3-hour time difference between us now is crazy. Like it is like another thing to have to navigate in regards to the show. And I mean, for the most part, like we're doing what we can do. You're sitting down pretty quickly after you get home from work, and then I'm having to stay up a bit to try and like record an episode like on a work night. Like
I got home, I turned on Disney Plus, I watched it, paused it a couple times, do some stuff, and then an hour and a half later, from me getting home, here we are. You know, that's how it's going right now. But I'm happy to do it, because you know these 2 episodes, officially the halfway point of this season, not the most like. There wasn't a whole lot. Still a lot of fun. Like I said, I watched the episode 5 yesterday on my lunch break. Maybe I didn't say that when we were recording, but I watched episode 5 on my lunch break on my phone. And then I watched episode 6 when I got home. When I got to the point at the end of the episode, I was like, there's no way that they're going to just have, what's his name? Marek? Yeah, something like that.
Marik.
Marrok. According to the
Marek.
Yeah, Marok. Yeah, you got me on that subtitle gang, and so like that's what I read today. But anyway, he shows up to the now empty like hideout of Maul and the crew, and I was like, "There's no way that they're going to tease this and not give it to us." And then the episode ends, and I'm like, I gotta go back to work, dude. And so while watching this episode 6, I'm like, there's no chance, right? That like, because so Devin and Marek, I'm assuming it's Marek or Marok, are fighting on that train, right? The platform thingamajig that was moving.
It looks like it could be both Marok or Maruk.
Belrug. Anyway,
I don't know.
So they're fighting, right? They're fighting on the train thing, and I was like, you know, because I'm impatient, I like move my mouse a little bit, and I see that it's like literally like the end of the episode is within like 2 minutes or whatever it was, and I was like, they're not gonna cuck us out again. Like they're not gonna do that where they're gonna have like, we know that they're supposed to fight Maul and the Inquisitor, known as Maul, whatever. And then, of course, pops up. And they start fighting. And it was an awesome fight. And I'm jealous of you having all of the LEDs and stuff behind your TV, because I can only imagine that scene was amazing. I mean, all the lightsaber deals.
Especially with Maul against the Inquisitor, like double-ended saber to double. It was crazy. Red flashes everywhere.
Dude, goosebumps,
spinning.
bro.
And
As soon
seeing the Inquisitor hold his saber out and it starts spinning, and then Maul kind of squares up and does his spinning of it. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, that was so sick. Was a really cool scene.
As soon as he ignites the second blade, I was like, I'm sitting at my desk and I went, ooh, and then I just knowing like Maul's gonna do it too, and Maul ignites his, goosebumps all over my body. I was like, yes, dude. And then he starts spinning his around, so Maul starts doing his twirls, and then just seeing two double-sided blades just fighting each other. And like I loved how like Devin, as Maul is engaging, Devin's like, you know what? I'm not sitting here and watching this. And she just gets involved. And then they're just 2v1ing, you know? And then she shows her savvy, her prowess, if you will, by cutting the connector between the two cars and letting Marek float away. And it was like, yeah, Maul wasn't going to think of that. Not that Maul wouldn't think of that, but Maul's like, I'm going to kill this guy. And I thought he was going to kill him, because we know that Marek in the Ahsoka show is reincarnated via Night Sister magic. So I was like, oh, is this where we're going to see like Marek die? But no, he didn't die yet. He actually went and reported back, and now I must pose the question to you, Spencer. Do you still think we're not getting Vader in this show?
I think that's Grand Inquisitor.
I think it's Vader.
Nah, I mean, maybe.
My lord, dude. He's so it could be Grand Inquisitor, it could be Palps, and it could be Vader, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not wrong, right? Vader for a period of time was the leader, you know, of the and why make it such a tease, you know? Why tease us so much of like not showing who he's talking to? If it's either they really think people love the Grand Inquisitor that much, or it's either Palps or it's Vader. Not that people don't love the Grand Inquisitor. I think it's gonna be Vader.
Well, that's what I said too. The episode ended, and I'm like, it's either Palpatine, Vader, or Grand Inquisitor. And I mean, Grand Inquisitor would be easy. My other thought is they're very early on in, like, it is the split helmet, the Gen 1 Stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah.
It's very early on. I don't know. Just knowing from the comic series, like, Vader's kind of going out and bleeding crystals and building castles and doing stuff right now. I don't know if he's on site full my Lord Vader and doing it yet. I don't know exactly where in the timeline it takes place, but I think Google said it was like within a year of Order 66 or a year later.
Yeah, Google said it's literally a year later within that first year. It's 18 BBY. So, you know,
so, I mean,
it could be.
Perspective, I just think, Ezra Bridger's 1 year old.
Yeah. Luke, Leia, also 1. I think if it were to be the Grand Inquisitor, I think that they know that he's definitely like a powerful in the sense of like his presence on screen. He's a powerful character. I think if it was him, it would have shown him, and then the episode ended.
Honestly, dude, I would almost think it would be the Emperor before Vader. I think in with the topic of Maul and the Emperor's, that's like report on site, like I want to hear about it ASAP, and the fact that like he wants these Jedi, but like he wants Maul.
Yeah.
It could just be Palpatine.
Is Palpatine going to have just the like not to call them random Inquisitors, right? Because it's early, right? So like the Inquisitorius is just kind of getting founded in this time period, in up to the 1 year mark. So like I recognize that, but is Palpatine going to just be having the Inquisitors queuing him up? and chatting with him, or is he going to be having whoever the leader of the Inquisitorius is having
Grand Inquisitor.
the Grand Inquisitor, right? Which would be like Marek is like, hey, yo.
I don't know if they call him my lord.
I don't think they do, and that's why I think it is either Vader or Palpatine.
It's gonna be like Tarkin, bro. It's gonna be something stupid.
Did you catch the Tarkin voice when the Empire showed up? So when the Empire shows up, there's a recording that starts playing from, I believe, I don't think it's from the Star Destroyer because that shit's up in the air. But there is a recording being played that
I love the sound.
Yeah, that's my favorite sound.
It's my favorite sound. I love
that. But there's a recording that's playing, and it's just like, the Empire is here to whatever. Please be calm and whatever. And so, but I'm pretty sure it's Tarkin's voice. Because it sounds very Tarkin-esque anyway.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Tarkin is so Empire that I probably just heard it and was just like, oh.
Also, did you catch on when Riley calls his mom to be like, Dad's being interrogated or whatever? Did you notice immediately that she works for the Empire?
I didn't notice that she worked for the Empire, but I noticed immediately. She's like, it was very much a don't interfere, there won't be a problem kind of thing. Like,
yeah. So when they start talking on the holo, she's wearing like a very clean, like, official dressing, you know, and like the collar was kind of high. It was just gray or black, one of the two. I couldn't tell because, you know, it was a hologram. But she had like the pips or whatever, the marking of their insignia or whatever. But sure. It was hanging from her belt, and I was like, and then she says, "Just don't interfere, and it'll be okay." I'm like, she works for the Empire. That's the reason why they split, was because Dad doesn't like the Empire, and now she works for the Empire. And then we get that confirmation in the next episode when Riley is explaining to Devin why his parents aren't together. That his parents aren't together.
Yeah, Dad's local sheriff, and the Empire is like the feds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he's like, I can figure this out myself. I don't need the federal government getting involved. Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. So I just find it difficult to believe that they're going to have it be the Grand Inquisitor. I just, you know, it just feels they're being too sneaky. Now, I will say you're right. Your point about it being Maul and Maul's fight being with Palpatine, an issue being with Palpatine, makes the most sense. Speaking from my heart, though, everybody talks about, man, Anakin versus Maul. You know what I mean? Like Vader versus Maul. Like that's a fight that we'd love to see. And so like
young Vader versus like not prime Maul, but like Maul still is pretty young in this.
Yeah, yeah. And so like it's one of that. Obviously, if Vader shows up in anything, it's fan service. But like the whole concept of it is like. And honestly, it kind of feels like a reach for me. Like on my part, it feels like a reach of being like, oh, like people want to see the fight. And if you want to go chain of command, the Inquisitor wouldn't be calling up Palps. The Inquisitor would call whoever his leader is. So then that person could then, you know, inform Palps. And like right now, it could be Vader, who's the one. And then Vader would call Palps because they talk all the time. They're besties on speed dial. And so that's how I can make that logical jump. But like, Vader and Maul don't even need to have a fight. Like it would be awesome. But like we don't need to rewrite history. You know?
I would obviously love to see Vader.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I don't think they would stoop to that level of like fan service or campiness or whatever. I think that keeping Maul, the main character of Maul, would probably be pretty important. They're probably not going to introduce Vader as like a antagonist that's actively involved in his capture in any way. If it is Vader, it's probably going to be limited to holograms or even just this call.
Yeah.
Same with Palpatine. I think either way, Grand Inquisitor. Have we seen Grand Inquisitor in the Clone Wars aesthetic? Has he been in any Clone Wars? Like Bad Batch, nothing like that.
I don't think so.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I'd love to see him. Dude, this show looks so good.
It does. When Devin had jumped past and was on the other car, and she was like kind of like crouching down, and her blade was in her hand, and it was like the tunnel was going on behind, but it's like pitch black behind her, and it's like she was just like lit up by her own blade. It was literally for like a second, and I was like, dude, that lighting is so good. Yeah. It's so good.
The entire sequence of the train and like their fight and stuff was just flawless. The choreography, I don't know what it's called in animation, I'm going to refer to it as choreography, the duels and they are so good. This is peak animated lightsaber. There's no denying that. Like, we're getting just brushed with a little bit of everything, every color they introduce. Like, I'm so locked in with the lightsaber fights in the show that I'm like, I just want to see a green one too. Like, I want to see a green one in the mix. I want the full spectrum. It looks phenomenal, but I would love to see the Grand Inquisitor in this animation style.
Yeah, makes me curious.
Even like stand the Grand Inquisitor that much. Like, in reality, like, he's kind of a twatty character in Rebels. Like, we're not gonna bring up live action.
I'm about to.
They did him dirty.
No,
like,
I wasn't
dirty.
about to.
I think it was a oversight.
Yes,
he's an Utapowan, right? Yeah. He's got elongated
we've seen
head.
In live
he's
action.
Got spikes, who we've seen in live action, and you put a skull cap on this dude with some lines in it. Gave him tiny little sharp teeth after it got ridiculed in the trailer that it wasn't that, and like. They could have made the Grand Inquisitor a menace, bro. Like a menace. They could have made him like Darth Plagueis levels of dark, and like he's just a brat. Like, he's just a snooty, like. So I mean, it's not even that I'm standing or the Grand Inquisitor or whatever. I just think that logically that's who Merrick would report to. Give me a Vader stuff. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think Vader is going to be an active part of the show in any way. If you get this cameo, hell yeah.
What I was going to say about when I said I'm going to bring up live action, I was just going to simply make the joke of like, if they're going to do Clone Wars animation, we haven't seen them yet. Do you think they go middle ground somewhere between the Rebels animation length of his head and the live action length of his head and put it in there in the middle somewhere? I was with a joke. I wasn't trying to fucking set you off on some tangent, but
it actually like upsets me.
I could tell
the continuity thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is Star Wars. This is sacred. Continuity. You gotta know, like, where's Pablo Hidalgo on this? Where's somebody to step in and be like, actually, Utapauans. Like, who's in that makeup trailer being like, good?
Yeah. Good to go.
No offense. Like, whatever. That's a stunning show. The show is phenomenal. It is a gorgeous show. But, like, Grand Inquisitor sets me off.
I see that. So back to Vader.
As a Rebels fan.
Yeah. No, I get it. Also, Brad Powell, right? Good friend of the podcast, Brad Powell, thinks that you saying that Rebels is the best Star Wars is a hot take, by the way.
Absolutely not. If you're listening to this and you agree that Rebels is the best, let me know below. Like, it is phenomenal. Send me a paragraph in my DMs. I'll read it on the show. Rebels is perfect Star Wars. It is everything you want.
If you disagree, do the same thing. We would love to hear the counter argument to that.
Give me the counter argument. I agree that Clone Wars is probably a bigger show, but Rebels, front to back, every character, we get some clone stuff. We get the character development in that show is phenomenal. You look at any character, Sabine, Kanan, anybody from season, Hera stays the same, you know. But like Ezra, Jabba himself, like, they all grow so much.
I agree. The Vader
Maul
thing
dies in that show. Go.
I agree with your take on the if we do get Vader in this show.
Thrawn.
True. You know what we need to do? We need to, sometime in the planning for the next 12 months, we need to do a Rebels watch through. We've been talking about it for too long. We just need to do it. But I think, I mean, it doesn't even matter. I don't know. I'm just like, wanted to say this point, but it's not even a point. It's like, doesn't even matter. If we get Vader, it's awesome. I think you're right. It really probably doesn't need to be anything more than him saying, this is not my problem.
Don't lose track of him. You'll make the Emperor mad.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Something like that. But it does make the most sense for it to be Palpatine. It's just, I don't know. I think I'm trying to make the absolute most sense. And Palpatine, kind of like how in A New Hope, right? You don't see the Emperor. You do technically, I guess, in deleted scenes and whatever with the, eyeballs or whatever. But
that's first take of Empire.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But it's not until shit's gonna hey, we need to get this Death Star thing going because you blew up the first one. Emperor's like, I'm gonna show up, and that's when you see the Emperor. The Emperor shows up when shit's necessary, right? Now, to this point, there was already a fight, right, in Clone Wars, Savage and Maul versus Palpatine, and Palpatine kills Savage. So there may not.
Is that what happens?
No, I have no idea. I didn't watch Clone Wars. I watched season 7.
I need to rewatch Clone Wars.
I got halfway through that essentials jump around list and didn't finish it. So I need to rewatch it as well.
We got a lot of stuff to watch, dude.
Yeah, we've said if you are coming to us for Star Wars encyclopedia knowledge, you've come to the wrong place. Because we are big fans of Star Wars, but there are bigger fans of Star Wars that just
Clone Wars.
download it. Yeah, I haven't, but anyway, Palpatine is the main goal for Maul. So I could see it being this is the teasing for season 2. Right?
Which has been confirmed.
Yeah, which has been confirmed. So it's this is the point when Palpatine gets made aware Maul is still running around. Maul's still out there. Maul's still a problem. Season 2 is where that should be resolved in some way of where, for whatever reason, Maul just goes, you know what? Not my problem anymore. I don't really care. I don't need to focus on this. This isn't worth my time. But I don't know. Either way, it feels wrong for Maul to be so sidetracked with finding an apprentice to kill Palpatine and then getting too wrapped up in the apprenticeship side of things to lose sight of that. It doesn't feel like Maul to do that. But I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the concept of Maul facing Palpatine again and living. Same thing with the Vader Maul fight. Like you're saying, Maul's still in his prime. This is young Vader.
I mean, honestly, man,
I don't know if I would be able to believe it if Maul walked away from this fight with a fight with Vader at this point in time. I just don't know if I would believe it.
We know he gets new legs at some point, and he's been struggling with these legs. He could get biscuited, bro.
Could get biscuited.
Because when we see him next, I don't remember what kind of legs he has in Rebels, but when we see him in Solo, he's got the legs.
Yeah. You think they're gonna? Do you think the continuity person's gonna remember that?
He also has a different saber, so something can happen to his saber.
Right, because he's got the hook on the end. He doesn't have that yet. Yeah. Hey, I'm just gonna go looking for holocrons. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because we do. I mean, not that we have to see it on screen, but we still need to get to the point of Maul's. If he's at his peak, we have to see him hit that point where he starts to fall off and get us to that point in Rebels and in Solo. Because Solo is another, 8 years away from this point?
So, in Clone Wars, we see Maul found and resolve the Shadow Collective, which has been brought up in the show a couple times. Under the Shadow Collective, he had the Pike Syndicate, Crimson Dawn, Black Sun. Um, yeah, was it Prince
Mandalorians.
Sizor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had all sorts of people. As of right now, where we see Maul a year later, it's kind of starting from scratch. He has a small band of Mandalorians and a couple Zabrak from probably picked up on Dathomir, and he's we don't know, like when we see him in Solo, which I actually watched this last week.
Nice.
When we see him in Solo, we see him with a Crimson Dawn specific neck thing.
Yeah. He's signed to the label.
his saber, if we want to get crazy with it, is a half arch. Do we know for a fact by the time we see him in Rebels that he is the leader of any other syndicate other than Crimson Dawn? Because right now he has a sect of Pikes at least,
Yeah.
but not the entire syndicate under his thumb. But I don't. I'm open to anything happening because I'm not exactly sure what the next step in Maul's story is. I'm trying to think about what is different between the Maul that we see now before this gap of time that we see him again in Solo. So I mean, yeah, he could go through an altercation, he could, whatever, and then when we see him in Solo, like I said, I don't know if he's running Black Sun or Pikes or all that, if the Shadow Collective's a big thing. From what we see, he's running Crimson Dawn, and Kira, and before her it was, what's his name, are reporting to him. So
Dryden Voss.
Dryden Voss, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul Bettany, man, great character.
Dude. Chef's kiss.
Great.
I'm also loving this little evil droid that Maul has.
Yeah.
The Smeagol droid, dude, the Gollum droid.
They're
my
great,
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. His saber is definitely different. I just did a little Google search, looked up the Googs, and the saber is the same in Rebels that he has in Solo. And Solo takes place before we see him in Rebels.
It's the half arch.
Yeah, the half arch, which is his staff, his walking stick that has his saber hilt on it.
That might be a fun thing to do for the Instagram, is find every known version of Maul's saber and put it in the carousel.
Because I feel like this one that we see, is the one that Kenobi cut in half that he still had, but it disconnects at the middle now. Wait, did Kenobi cut his in half when he jumped over?
That's not his original saber.
One half of it is.
Is it?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure the one half has the emitter on the end that is from his original build, or it's just built the same. But yeah, confirmed that when Maul stands up at the end of Solo, one end has the hook or that little half arch coming off the side. So who knows? I mean, if they'll even get us to that point where they show, his new to him legs and how he develops and builds that saber, or why. But also, I mean, like, we're talking about this like Devin isn't about to be the main character by the time the show's over, because she most certainly is going to be,
Where are we at on the Talon scale now? 6 episodes in.
Like, I was already pretty low. I'm probably less now.
Really?
Yeah. But we're only 6 episodes into a minimum 2 season long story. So
what could happen?
What could happen?
What could happen is Maul can take Devin as his apprentice, right? And she's bout it, dark side, whatever. Maybe she sees her master die at the hands of the Empire or an Inquisitor or something. Decides, you want revenge on Palpatine, I do too. Let's get it. That's going to be her end. And maybe they confront Palpatine. She dies. That's why we don't see her again. And he barely makes it out.
Yeah. And it could just be yet another thing that Palpatine has taken from him, which is why he goes, there's no point.
I hope that hits.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a cool prediction to hit. I'm here for it though.
As far
at
as
this point.
Talon though, I don't know if she gets the tats and the
No,
the leather
I
fit.
honestly, I still to this point, I doubt the leather fit significantly. I know you are. I know you are. That'd be wild. That'd be no. I just feel like Devin's character being a Twi'lek already is just the nod. Is her being the Twi'lek and the Apprentice Maul seeking is just the nod that Dave is giving to George's original treatment for the sequel trilogy, and that's as far as it's gonna go.
Maybe this season. This is what I love this shit. Maybe this season ends with what I just said, and the season ends with her swearing her loyalty to Maul and him calling her Talon or some shit.
Yeah, like because poetry rhymes,
And then we have to wait 3 years
so it would be
for
very
season 2.
and it would be very similar to how Anakin is at his lowest point when he pledges his allegiance.
Darth Vader.
Yeah. From now on, that's more of a Maul voice. Actually, I just don't have any green apples. Got something similar though. Anyway, I got my own green apples.
I haven't been partaking in green
Good.
apples lately.
Good for you.
I've been
I
whatever.
went down from 6s to 3s because I'm trying to quit, and then I went back up to 6s a week ago. And I'm going back down next time I have to buy anything because I
haven't had a dart since I was in Oregon.
Ooh,
Either.
good for you.
I'm waiting for that night
No,
here.
Stop.
It's gonna
No.
be probably 4 drinks.
no.
And I'm gonna be outside of some beach bar,
Yeah,
and some old hippie dude's and that's gonna be it. Because I'm
Yeah.
around them. You can smoke at bars here, outdoor bars. So like there are certain ones allow it. I'm gonna be at a spot, man.
I hope not.
It's gonna be so good.
I hope Amber hates it.
She does.
Yeah,
I've
so
already.
but
She
just
knows.
stay off that.
She
shit.
knows what she's getting into, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. Yeah. Anyway, and we
That
don't
sounds
know
good.
what we're getting into with Maul.
That's why he's the
Moving forward.
best. That's why he's the best, folks.
That's why he's the best. Just gonna keep it a buck. Just gonna keep it a buck. Not a lot happened in these episodes, so lingering on the theories is what I'm kind of trying to do. But I mean,
How did Riley link up with Devin and him? How did he know where to find them and bring them back to the apartment?
no, they had a run in. They had a run in somewhere. And it wasn't Riley though. It was the master. What I can't
He was
remember
at
his
the
name.
game.
Yeah, trying to sell people insurance. Do you not know who plays the voice of this motherfucker?
Yeah. Allstate.
Okay, thank
Are
you.
you in good hands?
Are you in good?
Yeah,
okay,
I noticed.
'cause,
I noticed the first episode. I meant to bring it up on
the
the last
second you
2
said-
shows.
You mentioned
Yeah.
it, or you
No,
forgot
I meant to bring it
Oh
up.
yeah,
But yeah, I've been saying
within the first couple lines, that guy talking, I was like, I know that voice.
Yep.
I just kept hearing "good hands." I had to Google it, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. I thought there was a run in at some point, with Riley and Uncle Jedi, and I just can't remember what it was because all I
Jedi is
remember.
crazy.
Why?
Jedi Unk.
I just can't remember his name, and he claimed to be Lawson's uncle.
Keep going.
But anyway, I just know that there was like when he said that, and then Lawson gets home and Riley's kicking it with them. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I don't remember why I thought that. I can't remember. So who knows?
Master Eko Diodaki. Master Donkey.
Uncle Jedi. Master
Eko
Master
Dio
Donkey.
is his EEKO-DIO. Eko Dio first name. Docky.
Okay.
Played by Dennis Haysbert.
Hell yeah.
Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Are you in good hands?
Who else is in here? A bunch of very, very talented people whom I do not know.
Yes, all very talented. Can I be nitpicky?
Yup.
Riley screams at I believe his dad halfway through episode 6 or towards the end of the last time we see them before we're following Docky and Devin. Before we're following Devin and Lawson. I don't remember. Anyway, Riley screams. His microphone peaks. His microphone peaks and it crackled and it bothered me. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way that the audio engineers were like, yeah, that takes fine. You don't have to redo it. It's okay. They're probably like, we'll fix it in post. And they're like, damn it. The contract's already up. We can't have them come back. Anyway. I like your shirt.
Thanks,
Hell yeah. I got the Empire vibes going.
Yep. I have a whole...
Hell yeah. Dude, kind of off topic, but a little on brand. I got an advertisement for Spaceballs, the new one.
Mel Brooks, baby.
Next year. Mel Brooks. And I was like, oh yeah, we never watched that. I'm gonna see if I can. He said it's gonna be the same as the first one, just newer.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
watched
it's called
the
the
same
new
one
one
as I did.
Yeah.
He's like, in the last one we teased it. We called it Spaceballs: The Search for More Money. He's like, we're not actually calling it that. We're calling it Spaceballs: The New One.
Yeah, he's like, because it turns out I already had the money. It was in my basement.
Yeah, and it says Spaceballs: The Duffel Bag Full of Cash. You haven't seen Spaceballs, huh?
Yeah, I think I watched part of it one time when I was like 8 years old.
Okay, we got to do a watch of that too. We were going to before we shut down the show. I even made a thing for it.
One of the times. Yeah.
No, this last time.
Was it this last time? I can never remember.
They announced that they were doing a sequel. I'm like, we got to do it.
Oh yeah, I remember I was very not enthused.
Yeah, you getting you to sit down and watch Spaceballs was impossible.
You didn't try very hard. You said it once.
Probably not.
Yeah. You were like, we should do that.
Great.
I'm like, yeah, okay. And you didn't try ever again. We'll definitely do it though.
It's the only Star Wars parody endorsed by George Lucas. He loved it. He thought it was funny. His only thing was that they weren't allowed to sell merchandise. Which in the movie is funny because that's how we're gonna get rich. We're gonna sell it's like fourth wall breaking. Spaceballs the mug, Spaceballs the, and they don't actually have that.
It's actually
hilarious. You can get like Etsy stuff and stuff.
Of course. Yeah. You can get all sorts of copyright infringe, trademark infringe stuff on Etsy and Instagram and stuff. This shirt, actually, not officially Star Wars merch. Thank you, Instagram. Star Wars and Friends.
Yeah, it's cute.
Is there anything else you want to touch on? I know this is a really short episode, but like,
nah, man,
I don't want to waste people's time.
It could be Vader. It could be Palps. I thought it was fun. You know what, man? My take for this show is like, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, great take.
I'm having a good
great take. A great take.
Like, that's the thing though. Is like it's not. I don't think it's peak. I think there are people that are way overhyping it. I think it's a really good show, and I think that the work on it's incredible. Story's fun. Like the characters, like the new characters. Everything about it's interesting, but like I haven't had that moment where it's just like, oh shit, like this is, you know what I mean? And like we have those moments. We have those moments in Clone Wars. We have those moments in Rebels, Bad Batch. Like I have yet to have that moment, other than oh hell yeah, it's Maul.
Yeah, I guess
I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I'm gonna show up. I like whatever. I do think there are people that is way.
Yeah, I will say that one thing that I've done with this show, and not even intentionally, I just kind of realized I've done this, is that I have not gauged the temperature or checked the temperature of the online Star Wars community, either positive or negative. Like I have not divulged in any other third-party opinions or read any articles or watched any, this is what I think about this, or even any breakdown stuff. I haven't watched anybody breaking down, if you look in the background, here's, whatever, like none of that. Because I, like you just said, I've been enjoying the hell out of it. And so I like once a week or twice a week this week, because I watched one episode yesterday, whatever. I sit down and I watch Clone Wars Maul, basically, And yeah, there hasn't been anything that's like blown my mind yet. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I've just been like that part of my brain for watching Star Wars content has been like so chipped away at by a lot of the and maybe for the better, because like I'm not going into every episode waiting for the season 2 finale reveal Mandalorian type shit, you know. Now that being said, I would love a Tales of the Jedi post Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker Clone Wars animation, you know, especially as good as it's getting now, you know, like I'd love something like that.
I think especially after Ahsoka season 2 and Mandalorian and Grogu, which I'm curious to see how heir to the Empire they make it. I'm curious to see if they bring in a Jaruus Sabayoth and go full in on it, like
on a Luke.
We're in the time frame where we're, you know, founding of the Republic.
Yeah,
Thrawn's back. He's got Imperial remnants. He's ready to wage war. Like, bring it on, baby.
Yeah,
why not? I don't know if they'll go Luke route.
Probably not.
That's crazy.
Not.
But
especially for a movie.
To
Unless we're talking season 2. Never mind. Yeah.
To tie it back into where Bad Batch and Mando was leaning very heavy with the cloning and the, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, why not? We know in comics that hand is on Exegol.
Yeah. Yeah. That requires continuity experts making sure things are continuitous.
We got a new CEO, baby.
Yeah, like, that's true. That's true.
Know, who was involved in all that?
That's true.
Not in the comics or all that.
Yeah, know what you mean. Yeah, I agree. I am enjoying this show. I'm not breaking it apart and nitpicking all these little things. Like I'm not like Bad Batch era Tyler, you know, like that's not where I'm at with it, you know. I mean, it helps that it's following a character that I know, that I've literally known since I saw him in the movie theater.
And there's a huge amount of curiosity around. Like, this is an unknown period in Maul's life that he went from, we see him basically released on a ship to running a crime syndicate. And this is a really fun place in between that to get some story and some perspective and see some cool Imperial bits and probably some Easter eggs and stuff here and there. Like, it's a fun show.
Yeah, these episodes were the first episodes that I realized why Two Boots has his name. I didn't even catch the fact that he wears two boots that are not actually part of the uniform. Like, that's why his name is Two Boots. They're not standard issue.
To go back and look. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, well, there's a comment made by the Imperial lieutenant that takes over the police department in the 6th episode, when Two Boots is like talking to him and being like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, and get rid of those. Those are not, standard issue. And it shows his boots. And I was like, oh, yeah. There was another point. You see him walking around, like when Riley shows up at the precinct and he sees all the police droids walking around. And then he sees Two Boots. And I noticed in that scene that Two Boots is wearing different shoes than the other droids around him. And so I was like, oh, okay. Didn't even question it. At no point was I like, why is he named Two Boots? I was just like, that's his name. That's how much I'm not picking this show apart. Is that I'm not even questioning people's names. Yeah. Why is his name Two Boots?
He's fun. He's a snitch, but he's fun.
Yeah. Oh, he's a snitch for sure.
Yeah.
And to think, good friend of the podcast, Mike convinced me, wants me to base my character around him in our Star Wars game. Not anymore.
It's been a lot of fun. We're going to keep this episode short, like Tyler said. We kind of said everything we have to say about it, and neither of us really feel like rambling. But yeah, I just wanted to leave my thoughts. I think it's fun. We're on Instagram at tol.show, main hub of the show. Our link tree's in there. It's got everything you need. All of it's down below, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Instagram's where you're going to want to hang out with us. Other than that, is there anything you want to touch on, my boy?
No, not at all. Just keep up to date on it. Keep watching it. But also, never forget this one thing. We love you. We appreciate you. And may the Force be with you.